Arg! Good morning time, pirates. How are we on this fine, fine morning? It is sunny and freezing today, but I will take the sun over freezing, or the sun freezing over clouds and freezing any day. Any day. Yeah, and we have a high of 68 today, so definitely be walking the puppy. She'll be very happy about that. She was so much better behaved after the walk yesterday. Said I have so many people that complained about their dogs being so bad. I'm like, "Well, did you walk them?" They're like, no, I don't have time for that." And I'm like, "Then why'd you get a puppy?" I don't understand. Why did you That's part of the deal. That's like, saying, "Sorry, I didn't have time to change my kid's diaper." I'm like, "But then don't have a kid." Like, I don't No, dogs, especially certain breeds. I mean, there are certain breeds you can get away with not walking all the time. But, I mean, come on. It's not a cat. It's a dog. You got a dog. So, I'm usually really good about walking her, but that freezing? I'm sorry, man. No. Nope. If it's, below 50 degrees, I will not walk her, which means it looks like Saturday she's out of luck. But today and tomorrow should be great. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday it might rain. I also will not walk in the rain, sorry. If it's like 80 degrees and raining, I'd probably walk her. But, not in even 60 degrees if it's raining. And let's see who we have today. Which pirates have showed up to steal the time? Who's on the roster today? All right, muster up. Let's go. We have Kylar. Hello. I have 150 pages left of my book club book, which I need to finish for tonight. Oh, you got it. You can finish that. We're here for you, man. We can at least get through 100 pages with you. Then you only have 50 left. No problem. Annette says, hello, hello. Got my coffee and a new book to start. Ooh, that sounds awesome. I am still on my tea kick. So I have tea. It's the orange. I don't remember what it is. Just says orange spice premium black tea. It's just the generic brand. And you know what? It works just fine. Definitely taste orange. Am I still Christmas? I really need to go buy some more mugs. It'd be cool if they were in season. Because I like lame stuff like that. She's going to drive me crazy again all morning. Keller says, coffee is a brilliant idea. I should get some. That's right. Ren says, hello, hello, everyone. Hello, good afternoon, Ren. It is so good to see you. Ren says, finished off The King Must Die today. Have a little bit under 2 hours left in the audio. Oh, you got this. You got this. Jean says, good morning. It is warmer here today. It is only negative 13 Celsius. Oh my gosh, practically a heat wave, Jean. YouTube decided it was important to show me February 25th day, not today's stream. Well, I mean, I just scheduled it just now, so maybe they thought it was really important. Jean says, that's what I thought, orange pico, but it doesn't say pico on there, so I don't know if it is. I have had orange pico before, and I am not expert enough to tell you whether this one is different or the same as that one. I mean, this is America. It could be just black tea with fake orange flavoring. I don't know. Lindsay says, hi, guys. I need to confess, I read more than I should have in Raven Scholar, so I'm at the start of chapter 50. I couldn't remember where to stop, so I kept reading. I mean, it's all good. We didn't quite get there last night. Let's see. I was like 2 pages ahead of, yeah, I only made it to 44. I was like 2 pages ahead of Alicia, so she's almost there. But, yeah, you should go back and watch the chat and see. Just like fast forward to the chat and let us know if you have anything to add. But I will finish all the way to 48 or whatever it is this weekend. Probably not till this weekend because I have to finish Nice Dragons finish last, which I have like I'm the same place, everyone else on chat is. It looks like about 100 pages. Yeah, 48. So I will read to that this weekend. But I don't know if I would be able to make the sprint next week or not. So we're going to see. because I will be at Superstars Writing Seminar. So it depends on what's happening Wednesday night. Let's see. And Annette says, finally starting the Astral Library. I loved that one. Like, it was really fun at the beginning. And then there were some things I disagree with. It's in my review. And the ending wasn't as powerful as I wanted it to be. But it was such a fun read, such a great idea. I quite enjoyed it. I did say loved it. I didn't love it, but I really, really liked it. And Zwink joined us. Hello, Zwink. Let's see what days we have today. Howdy, everybody. Zwink says, happy puzzle day. Oh, don't say that. I love puzzles, and I do not have time for a puzzle today. I do love puzzles, though. Maybe I'll just play one of the online ones, and then I could check it off. Happy Corn Chip Day and happy Free Thinkers Day. Well, that's every day for me, so it's okay. Annette says, I am all caught up with Raven Scholar, and even though I know what happens, I still want to keep reading. I know, right? Yeah, 'cause it's a reread for you, right? Yep. Yeah. And she's done a great job. We just want to know where Pink Pink went. Jean says, my class was good, but it did make me nervous when they said homework. It's a writing class. There's going to be homework. You got to write shit, man. Lindsay says, and read shit in order to learn about shit. I mean, that's what you got to do. I eat goldfish. Actually, I have a few more, and the sides of my mouth are all dry. I forgot how much I don't like goldfish. My husband has them, and I just need something quick to not be hungry. That's all I was going for. Lindsay, I'm starting up a February page in my journal today, but will also be reading The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Oh, yeah. You know, I read that one this year. Well, last year, 2025. So I'd be interested to see what you think. So I won't say anything, and let me know. Jean, you should use loose leaf tea that tastes so much better. I agree, but it's also significantly more expensive. And I don't even have one of the little strainer things. I don't even have any way to do it. I'm way too American when it comes to tea. Doesn't mean I'll never do it, but man, I just can't. Every time I go to look at the price, I'm like, I just can't. I can't. Coffee is so much cheaper. Annette, oh, I hope you like that more than I did. The Maiden Sea. Annette, okay, Annette, you have my same opinion. Yeah, so we'll see what you think, Lindsay. We'll see what you think. Jean, I have to finish and read 5 assigned short stories. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, when I teach classes, I also have them have the writers read things. You learn by reading. You really do. Kylar, oh, I have an arc for the Astral Library too. Need to get to it soon. Ooh, read that, Kylar. Read it next. It's really cool. And it comes out like what, next month? Maybe it's March. I don't remember when it comes out, but I really loved it. Lindsay says, yeah, I watched the start of your chat, which is why I know I read too much. I've met the Solitary Raven. Yes! And I'm loving this section. Right? It's so fun. Love the Solitary Raven. Jean, it was shocking how many people didn't have a favorite writer or doesn't read. Yes, I know. Now you know what I'm talking about, Jean. It makes me, I'm like, what do you mean you don't read? Which John Gwynn started a YouTube channel, and I adore Of Blood and Bone. That, well, no, Blood and Bone, I'm reading now, The Faithful and the Fallen. That series, I like Of Blood and Bone, but The Faithful and the Fallen is the kind of series I want to write. It's the one I always want to read. I just freaking love it. So he's like an amazing writer, right? And in that interview, they asked him, like, you know, what are you reading now? All that kind of stuff. A lot of authors, they're like, oh, I like, you know, these writers from 40 years ago. Now, did he mention Tolkien? Yes, he did, but he mentioned it as like writers that inspired him when he was young, right? But so the ones he talked about now, he talked about he loved the Red Rising series. He loves Joe Abercrombie. He loves Robin Hobb. He loved all of these people that are modern. He liked these modern authors. He's reading stuff that's out. Like, what are you reading right now? He's reading The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. Do you see what I mean? Like, he is reading things that are being published right now. That is what writers need to do. If you want to write for today's reader audience, you have to read what is out now. And so you will see people who started writing in the 80s, so they still have their career going, so they have fans that just buy their books no matter what. Their writing has not changed at all, and so it feels stale. It feels stale. And but when you read today's what's happening now and you write like a modern voice, now you're with the times. Now you're doing what modern you could still do, ancient themes. Let's face it, themes haven't changed ever. But that kind of thing you can really do. So yeah, Jean, don't be surprised. It happens so often. Um, hey Alicia, good morning.
Good morning.
We were talking about the writing class Jean was taking, and she was surprised how many people in that class don't read.
Then why are they writing?
Yeah, well, no, it's not even why are they writing. Some people just have a compulsion to write. It's like, why do they think they can do this and get published
Without
when they
reading?
don't read? That's the thing. I'm like, how do you want to be part of an industry you don't even participate in? What is that? What is that?
You kind of have to have participation there, ma'ams and sirs.
You gotta, but it's this ego thing. There are certain people that write because what they have to say is so important, the world needs to hear it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for you. Oh my gosh. Dog, quit digging at my window. She's digging at my window like it's mud she can get through.
We're going to see how today goes because we are scatterbrained this morning.
Because the freezing cold?
Yeah, we actually have frost on the ground, and my husband had to do, like, when you live up north, you kind of have to, like, turn your truck on and just let it run for a bit so it, like, warms up. He had to do that this morning because his truck was also covered in frost.
And no snow scrapers like we have up north, so.
Nope. Mine sits in the garage, so it doesn't have that problem.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why we don't, like, up north, you've, like, got to use your garage. And down south, we don't. So our garage is extra storage for the house.
Yep. So between that and trying to make the kids' lunches and get them out the door on time is easier said than done.
Let's see. Kyler says, sadly, I have. Wait, you still at school even though there was frost on the ground?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They didn't stop. I mean, we don't have snow days here.
Oh, they do here, man, because we can't treat the roads. That's incredible. Kyler says, sadly, I have another book club book to finish for next week and some other arcs first, but then I'll get to Astro Library. You know what? I would say just read it, except I understand these lists of things you have to read before other things. I 100% understand that. I bet Alicia does too.
Yes. I'm going to have to make my list for February because I would like to get through these Wings of Fire graphic novels so I can return them to the library, which means the rest of my January TBR does not get read because we're on the 29th.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's what I'm going to fit. Nice Dragons finish last. I will finish. Nope. That's the first book in the series. Good Dragons go. No good dragon goes unpunished. I'll get it. And so that's the third book in the series that I will finish, but that will be the last one I'll finish. So I'll just start Not With the Band by Kelly Warner, which is the last one on my list. So none of my characters have to go backwards, which is my new rule. Because if I start a book, I will either finish it or DNF it. I'm not one that just puts it down. I know a lot of people do that because I've watched videos, right? And they're like, oh, I put it down. I'll get to it later. Or I put this one down 2 months ago, but now I'm like, really?
No,
like, that is not how I'm decisive, right? Yeah. So either I finish it or I DNF it. Done. Not put it down and come back to it later. Nope. But I'm also not a mood reader, so that, like, I can read a winter book in the middle of summer and a summer book in the middle of winter. None of that bothers me.
Right.
So that might be why I'm more decisive about whether I want to read the book or not. So as long as I start it, then I count it as being, complete for my game. I don't count it as complete for my books I read this month, if that makes sense.
Right.
So nice. Let's see. Jean says, I hated The Silent Patient, not continuing with the author. I felt very manipulated. Aw, man. See, I was not a fan of the Maidens. It was a random draw, and so I read that one first, even though I wanted to read Silent Patient first. I was hoping to really like Silent Patient. I've heard some amazing things by it. Um, but yeah, was not a fan of the Maiden. So we'll see. I will probably give Silent Patient a go, and then if that might be the last one I ever read by that author, we'll find out. Jean said I felt very manipulated. Yeah, that does make me mad. I'm like, so we'll see. We'll see. Keller, I do want to try John Gwynn again. I tried last year, but I wasn't in the mood, and Viking theme is not my thing normally. My gosh, if you like epic fantasy, that book or that series, I mean, Malice, I give away all my books, right? I kept those. I will read those again. They moved me in every way they're supposed to. Talk about being manipulated, but in the way I allowed it. I gave permission. Because he did a great job. The plot was amazing. The characters were compelling. Now it's confusing at first because he has nice short chapters, which is great for pacing. But he also has a bazillion POV characters. I mean, I think there's like 10 in that first book. So at first it's a little confusing as you're trying to remember who is who. But as soon as you get past that confusion and you start to remember who is who, then you are in it for good. And you just can't stop. Now, I would say read it with your eyeballs, but I have different experiences reading with my eyeballs than listening to it. So it's me, though. I see a lot of people don't. So I don't know what to say. And Kyler says, I'm currently reading The Devils and I'm loving it. See, John Gwynn was loving it too. So I just think that's amazing. It made me love him even more, and to understand, to see the man that wrote the books that I love, it made total sense why I love them. So as long as he keeps writing, I will keep buying. How about John Gwynn is an auto buy for me. Auto buy. Annette, it took me a while to get into the first book of The Faithful and the Fallen, but I ended up loving the series. Exactly, Annette. It takes a minute. There are a lot of characters. They're short chapters, so you're not in their POV long enough to really get them in there. So it takes a few until you finally get into it. Ren, the shorter hair looks great, Alicia. Oh, look at that. They like your hair, Alicia.
We took 4 inches off yesterday.
You need to go put on a yellow shirt or something so we can really see the hair.
I have a red. Well, yeah, it's red. So I just have to remove my jacket a little bit.
It doesn't help. You need a light color.
That's a little, maybe. I'm trying to. I gotta shower and wash it still, but.
I mean, it held up. It held up to last night pretty well.
Yep.
It's all that product they put in.
It is.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. Annette says Astro Library is skipping my art queue today. Oh, I'm sorry. Jean, Kyler, look, it was not my favorite book I've ever read, but it was still pretty dang entertaining and quick. Very quick read. Kyler, inquiring minds want to know what your book club is reading. Oh, yeah, that's right. You've said you have 150 pages left, and you haven't told us what it was. Jean, my own book club is reading The Devils by... Oh, so that's what you're reading. Gotcha. The book club I'm joining next week is reading Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Ooh.
I liked Deep End.
You like Deep End? That's cool.
That one.
I've not read
I like any of Ali Hazelwood's books, but that one was really good.
Yeah, I read... Bride is the only one I've read. I own a few more, but Bride is the only one I've read, and I loved it. So
I liked that one. I want to read Mate. I haven't read that one yet.
I have it right now on hold from the library. Like, what do you call it when Libby? Because I read ebook, the first one. I like to also finish a series the same way I started it. So if I start an audio, I want to finish that way. If I start a physical, I want to finish that way. If I start an ebook, I want to finish that way.
I have both physical and audio.
Yeah, I have the ebook for this because that's, again, how I read the first one. Yeah, I'm suspended. That's it. It's suspended because it's available, but I'm not reading it yet. I put it on hold and said it had weeks out, right? Now suddenly here it is. I'm like, I can't. It's just hard to, where was it?
Annette, I liked The Silent Patient.
But I read it as an arc before all the hype.
Wow.
Oh, see, that's nice. I'm hoping I'm going to like it. It sounds like a story that's right up my alley. Color says, I'm already 100 pages into Deep End at least. Nice. I mean, it's a romance. It should read quick, right? Like
Yeah.
even Bride being a, paranormal romance, werewolves and vampires and stuff, read really quick.
Most of her
Jean
stuff
says,
does.
yeah, I would think the Devils would be slower though. Jean, I thought you had to read them in order. I thought Silent Patient was first. Looks like it's not a series. Yeah, it's not. I believe there are characters in common. Are there? Because it's completely different, right? Like Silent Patient is the psychiatrist and the murder and blah blah blah, and Maidens is um, an ex-student who goes to the school to do her adopted kind of daughter, who her roommate is killed.
Ooh.
So it's like they're completely different. Might same kind of feel, right? Like murder mystery kind of thing, but it's not a. They're completely different from what I've heard. I haven't read Silent Patient yet. I've only read the Maidens. Um, but look, if you didn't like Silent Patient, oh, you said you liked it. Oh, Jean did. Yeah, you didn't like it. That I couldn't. The Maidens was not. It was not good. It was not good. Kylar, John Gwynn was at an event I went to last year, and he seems such a genuinely nice guy. I was so sad to hear about him losing his child. Right? Well, that's another thing I love about him.
Mm.
Just to be so human, because when you're that human and empathetic, then that's what makes a good writer. That's why so many of us writers are so unhinged, because we are so freaking emotional and we feel for so many people. That's how we write about them. Those are the good writers. I don't mean to say like I'm a good writer, and not yet, but I will be. But like those are the writers that when I meet them, I'm like, I know I'm gonna like what you write. I know I am.
Mhm.
So, and John Gwynn for sure, for sure. Jean says it is very hard to see your hair. Yeah, see, it's very hard to see it. Look, it was a little easier on the red though. And Kyler says, I'm not really a romance reader, but I do like Allie Hazelwood, so I'm having a good time. This is my third book by her that I'm reading. That sounds fantastic. All right, let us start this first sprint. I got up late today. I just could not sleep last night for some reason. So I will have to update Goodreads first. Sorry, it's usually the first thing I do in the morning and let the dog back in. Demon child. All right, I'll see you on 30. And there is our first sprint. I did not get any words done, but I got the last things organized that I usually do before I sit down to do this. So I will be ready to write next sprint. And how did you do, Alicia? Oh, she's on the phone. Gotcha. Apparently, Dad called. So we shall wait for a moment for Alicia. Let us catch up with chat real quick, see how y'all did this sprint. Let's see. Annette says a couple of characters from The Silent Patient make an appearance in The Maidens, but it's more like a shared universe than a series. Got it. Got it. Courtney says, good morning. Good morning, Courtney. So good to see you on this fine day. Well, it's a fine day for me. I don't know how the rest of the country is faring at the moment. Alicia says, good morning, and I'm here. Molly says, I'm here. You can start now. Oh, thanks, Molly. See, that's why I couldn't write anything that sprint. I had to wait until you got here. So I'm good now. I'm good. I will write next sprint. Annette says hi to Courtney and Molly. Molly says, hi, Annette. And Alicia says hello to Molly. And Keller says, I have just over 100 pages left now of my book. Yay! That's right. Keep going. Keep going. Jean says, got a partial review written. Very cool. Very cool. Annette says, I made it to 20% of the Astral Library. I'm really vibing with it. Any book, TA? I don't know. If you got to live in a book, which one would it be, Annette? Which one? Jean says, I want to get 2 reviews out today. You can do it, Jean. You can do it. I have faith in you. I mean, it's not like you can go outside, even though you're having a heat wave right now. Lindsay, got my journal page set up. Now to eat lunch. Excellent. Nicely done. Nicely done. Excuse my yawn. How rude. Annette, that mentions the voyage of the Down Treader, and references Terry Pratchett in the first chapter is meant for me. Oh, any book that does that, yeah. And any book that mentions, yeah. Right? That's what this book is definitely for book lovers. I will say that. If you're not an avid reader, first of all, why are you reading the Astral Library? Second of all, there are a lot of things that you won't understand. But yeah, it was, I don't know, cathartic, I guess. I guess that is what it is. It was cathartic. Which is why even though the flaws in it were like, come on, the good parts of it were so good, I forgave him. And Ned says it would be so hard to pick a book. Yeah, especially if it could only be public domain. I was like, what do you mean it can only be public domain? So I don't know. Maybe Winnie the Pooh. I mean, it would be nice in Winnie the Pooh land, right? I could just grab books from Al, sit out in the beautiful weather because it's always gorgeous in the 100-acre wood, right? Somehow or another, there's always enough food. Jean says, I ordered an apple fritter. We will see if it is good. Oh, Jean, I'm so excited as long as they made it right. I can tell you, like, I've had a lot of poutine around here that's really gross. The poutine at Bangers, though, in Austin is amazing. They actually fry the fries in duck fat. It's so good. They're so good. And they use actual cheese curds. It's amazing how many places call it poutine and they don't use cheese curds. I'm like, this is just fries with shit on them, which I love, don't get me wrong, but it's not poutine. Let's see. Molly says, I have the Astral Library to read as an ARC, so I will be reading it in February or March, hopefully. Ren says, made it to 88%. Yay, Ren! I don't know why I'm so tired. I don't have time to take a nap today, so you could just quit being tired, brain. Annette, I just finished a horror, so this is a good change of mood. Yeah, also true, which is why I do also like to have, a nice range of books every month. I think that's what keeps me reading. So I don't, even though fantasy is by far my favorite, I'm definitely reading more fantasy. There's so many genres I'm not reading the same genre in fantasy. And then I have a bunch of other that I am reading as well. So I like to, when people do their TBR games, I like to do them and see what books I would choose if I got those prompts or, that kind of thing, if I landed on that square. And one of the popular prompts is a genre you don't normally read. Well, that used to be romance for me, but now I also read romance. And now I'm like, I read everything. I don't know what to choose. That's a genre I don't usually read. all of them. Let's see. Oh, I'm having trouble. Alicia, I cannot stop yawning. This is ridiculous. So how'd you do that round?
Well, I did write 341 words, and that was actually the husband that called right
Oh, okay.
before we came back.
Gotcha.
He was apologizing for being a shit this morning.
Oh, he was grouchy because his car wouldn't work. Huh?
Well, it wasn't that, but I guess it was like the little things. Like this morning was pure chaos. Like between him having to like defrost his truck and then the kids, I was telling him that the kids wanted their lunch made, which is fine, but we haven't like come up with a great system for the house when it comes to like morning routines, and I don't have to make their lunch every day. So I never know when they're gonna spring the, hey, can you make my lunch this morning? And this morning, I always tell them usually the rule is as long as you ask me before 7:45, I can make the lunch. It's fine, no problem. But if you wait until the last minute, then it's a sorry no go at the station.
Well, maybe you just need to ask them every night, and then if they can't change their mind,
Yeah.
problem solved.
That's why I was telling them this morning. I was like, we're gonna have to come up with a system to like figure out that kind of thing, and they need to be out the door by a certain time.
Right.
And for whatever reason, my daughter not so much, but my son will do the, hey, can we play?
No,
And I
there's
was
no
like,
playing in the morning. That's easy. We never turned the TV on in the morning. There was no play in the morning.
we turn the TV on, but it's always the news. So
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. But that's it. It's like, nope.
they
Yeah,
always
ask them the
go
night before. Look, I mean, they're just kids, right? They can't be
right.
that responsible. They just can't. Their brain doesn't think that far ahead. So you can just, but
Well-
if you ask them the night before, and then you have to stick with it, which you like, we talked about this before. You parent like I do. I'm sure you will stick with it. And then ask them the night before, because I didn't do that. I did per 9 weeks. I was like, do you want me to make your lunch? Or are you buying lunch? Because I'm not changing it. That's how I did it, right? So
Right.
obviously you want to be more flexible, which is great, but it's not working this way. So just, I would ask them the night before.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
gonna have to do. I
don't
think.
let them change their mind in the morning, because that'll screw you, right? If they're like, no, never mind, I want my lunch made. We're like, nope, tough shit. This is
Here you go. Off you go.
you didn't ask for it last night. Here's your money. You're gonna buy lunch, or no, you asked for it. I don't care that you want whatever they said they were having. Now you are now eating this.
Well, and the great thing is that the school they go to offers free breakfast and lunch. So if they don't take their lunch, then they just eat whatever's offered at school. So
well, then I'm just gonna say you're a nicer parent than me, because I would have just told them go to school.
well, I mean, I tell them
they're
but
not
at
gonna
the-
starve. You know how many meals
No.
humans miss? I could afford to miss a few meals myself. I was like, I ate what they had. You can eat what they have. Bye.
Well, and that's what I kind of tell them. And the only one I'm worried about right now, and not too much worried, but like because Lorelai was sick Monday and Tuesday and didn't eat much,
Yeah.
she nibbled on her breakfast this morning. So she didn't even finish half of her breakfast sandwich. And I was like, Lorelai, you gotta eat. Like you're not gonna feel better or get better unless you eat. So I don't know. I don't think it's a like eating issue. I think it's just she's slowly bouncing back from not feeling well.
It's hard to feel your belly when your belly doesn't feel well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
we're
get that.
one step at a day. I can't even talk. One day at a time.
You're like, it's been a morning.
You can tell. You can tell. It's just I'm
Yeah, I can't
already
stop
like
yawning either.
drained.
I don't know. We always have one day during this week where, during the week where we're both like, right? I think today's the day.
Yep.
But we're still here. We're trying, man. We're trying. There's nothing more you could do but try. I don't care what Yoda said. We got to try.
What was the phrase that he said? It was there is no do or not.
No, there is no try, just do.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, there's try too, Yoda. Try definitely exists. Quit being ableist, Yoda.
Exactly. Some days I feel like I could conquer the world and take over the dark side, and other days I'm like, man, that dark side's looking pretty good right about now.
I know. You're like, screw it. I don't even eat cookies. Does the dark side have naps? Then I'm in.
Right? And we get a little lightsaber thing.
Oh, I don't want a lightsaber, but naps, I'm in. Sign me up.
I do a lightsaber. I just be like, you picked the wrong person to mess with today. Lightsaber.
Look, if there was a
Oh,
rebellion, I would be doing one of two things. I would be in the kitchen cooking for everyone, or I would be dealing with the wounded. Sometimes probably both. That's it. That would be my role. I would not be out on the front lines with a lightsaber. That's just not. Even when I was young. I don't mean because I'm old. I mean period. That is not where my personality lies.
no, I could never do that either. I would be helping in some way.
Yeah, there's a reason why in the Navy I was an engineer, not a, fighter of any sort.
Yeah.
I will help you make things run. But y'all are gonna have to go deal with
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
I'm just not a fighter. I'm really not. I'm just not a fighter. That's why the other day there was a lady at the dog park when we took Cora for the first time, and we took Benny. And Benny is having some aggressive issues, but I just mean aggressive vocal issues. He's not being aggressive. You
Right.
could tell by his um, body
Stance.
language. And he got in there and he went close to a dog because he was like, "Hi, let's play." Right. By the way, a dog his size. They were both very large dogs. And the lady's like, "Is your dog aggressive? If he's aggressive, I'll kick him in the face." And I was like, "Oh no." So I let it be, right? And then my dog freaked out because another dog did the same thing Benny did, by the way, which is
Right.
normal dog behavior to
Right.
my puppy, right? And I was like, "Okay, that's enough. She's had enough." You know what the dog did? Went away. Like that's what you just got to talk to dogs, okay?
Right.
And the oh, and stay calm. So that's why I stayed calm, right? Even though right now I wanted to strangle that lady. How dare you threaten to kick any dog at a dog park? If you're uncomfortable,
Right.
then you leave.
Yep.
And so we went to the other side of the park so that the dogs could run and get a whole bunch of exercise out. And then Cora, when that dog did that thing to Cora, Cora ran up by the gates because she was scared. She's like, "Never mind, let's go." I was like, "No, no, it's fine, baby. We're just gonna go over here." But it took me a minute to convince her. And the lady's like, "What makes you think she's scared?" I'm like, she's hiding by the gate to get out. She keeps hiding under the bench." She's like, "But her tail isn't tucked." I'm like, "All dogs don't tuck their tails, but also
Right.
watch." And she ran out from the bench, and another dog came to sniff her again, and she freaked out, tucked her tail, and ran. I'm like, "Oh, you mean like that?" I'm like, "Who are you, lady?" And she was like, "I used to train dogs." Um,
Not
and she
very
said,
well.
I was like, and in my head, I'm like, "The fuck you did? You didn't notice that this dog was scared. You're sitting on a bench at the dog park instead of
Mhm.
walking with the dogs and training them and making sure they're behaving. Um, and you didn't know this dog was scared." So in my brain, again, though, I'm staying calm because you have to stay calm so they stay calm, the dogs. But in
Mhm.
my brain, I'm like, "You didn't fucking train dogs." And then as we were leaving, and she was still because I coaxed Cora out from the bench and then got her down so her and Benny could run, and they had a good old time playing in the mud. That was fun for them. But I mean, that's why you take them to the park, right? Let them do it, hose them off. And so we put the leashes on them because we don't want to interact with that lady, right? And then we walked them right up to the gate, right? And as we were leaving, I just gave it to that lady. I could not take it another minute. Because as I was leaving, I was like, wait, she put all of this on me and now I'm stressed out. That's not fair. I'm giving it back to her. And I did. By the way, I have never yelled at anyone in public in my life.
Oh,
And my kids know how fucking calm I am, right? So when I got
right.
home, Jenna was like, "Ooh, Xander, mama cussed out someone at the dog park." And he was like, "She what?" But what really look, people are dumb and people are mean.
Yeah.
And that's just what happens. However, saying she was a dog trainer, I'm like, "Nope, you crossed the line, honey. There's no way. No dog trainer is gonna threaten to kick a dog."
Exactly.
No dog trainer will do that. You control them with your attitude, your words, and your just general being, and then the training
Mhm.
before you even get to the park. You do not kick a dog. And so
Mm.
that whole I was like, "You are not. That is such BS." I just absolutely gave it to her.
Mm.
So I just and I won't even say it felt good because I don't like doing that. But obviously that's why I don't do it. but she needed it, and the reason is because my daughter, it was a protective thing for me because my daughter was so upset. She was so upset, so upset. I couldn't calm her. I can calm the dogs down. I couldn't calm her down.
Right.
And I was like, "You dang lady, we're taking it to you're ruining this experience for her, and I am so, so angry that you are here in this space, and we didn't get to stay and enjoy it as long as we wanted to
Right.
because of you being a horrible human being." I just can't. And there are problems when you get because there are people at the park who do not control their dogs,
Right.
right?
They just
So
let
I
them run free.
understand yeah, I understand her fear
Mhm.
of that because that absolutely happens. But to just go off for someone just walking in the park like that, uh-uh, that's not okay. And Benny, because it was Benny she was threatening to kick, right? This was just a puppy.
Right.
And she and by the way, Benny went right up to her dog, right? And he growled, but he growls and he talks like that. By the way, the husky that was there did the same thing. There are certain dogs that
Right.
talk with growls. It's not aggressive. And you could tell it's not aggressive because he was just leaning on the dog saying hi, right? He
Right.
wasn't baring his teeth. He wasn't his hackles weren't up, right? He wasn't climbing on the dog, right? He wasn't doing any of those. Those are the aggressive things. He wasn't
Right.
doing any of that. Now Benny will sometimes aggressively he'll put his front paw up on a dog. That is aggressive. So that's what we were trying to get him not to do, right?
Mhm.
But as soon as I told Benny, I was like, "Nope, let's go." He stopped and he walked right with me.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So if I was her at the park, I would have been also, "Uh-oh, I gotta watch my dog. What's this dog gonna do?" Right? And as soon as he listened to me, I would have been like, "All right, we're fine."
Right.
Right? And that's exactly what a dog trainer would do.
Mhm.
So I was so angry. I was so angry.
I don't know where
Uh,
you trained your dogs, lady, but it wasn't the right school.
yeah, it's like you were well, not just that you're not a dog trainer. You're not a dog trainer.
Yeah.
Um, you can control watch you have you ever watched the Caesar show?
I've seen a couple of
The
episodes, yeah.
Caesar Milan, what he does with the dogs, I do the same thing. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's not that hard. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm still upset about it. But
No, you have every right to be because I mean, you were trying to make the experience so that, in the future, your daughter could take Benny to the dog park and be able to have that time, but
mhm.
Snooty Pants over there was being
And I was
rude.
able to keep both dogs, including the 6-month-old puppy, on the other side of the park, away from the other dogs.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's really your dogs. They have to trust you. They have to know you, which is why the one lady when I brought her in, another lady who was very nice.
Mhm.
She asked about how the puppy. I'm like, oh, she's 6 months old. She's like, she's 6 months old. Where has she been? And again, I say a lot of things in my head I don't say out loud. But in my head, I was like, I was not going to take her to a dog park until I knew she was trained well enough to listen, to come when I called her, to
Yep.
trust me, because you don't know what's going to happen at a dog park. So,
Exactly.
I just wanted to make sure she had to be old enough that she was obedient enough that if
Mhm.
anything happened, I knew she would come to me and I could protect her and we could leave. So yeah. I was like,
Fair enough.
I'm like, man, the people at dog, I don't think you should be able to go to a dog park unless you can freaking speak dog. I think that should be a rule. There also should be a big sign up that says don't hang around the gate because that's where all the aggressive stuff happens.
Yeah. Because they
Um,
get cornered.
Yes, they get cornered, and the dogs that think it's their park, like it's their property,
Yeah.
that they like to guard the front gate, right? They're like, "Who's this strange
Mhm.
dog coming in?" And that so then you get this automatic right at the front gate. So you have to get past that front gate. Which again is why I didn't want to take her when she was tiny, right? She needed to be old enough to understand. Just get through. Come on, just follow mom. See, I'm just walking. Come with me. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
Really should be signs that do not gather at the gate.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, little tangent. Go to things real quick. Courtney says, I am like you, Kelly. I like to read many genres. Same. Same.
Mhm.
It's part of the reason why I read so much, right? I don't actually get bored because I'm reading something totally different next. Annette, there aren't any genres I don't read either. See? See? We're like minds. I like it. Like minds. Courtney says, try is most of the battle. Exactly. Exactly. Jean, who is Benny? Benny is my daughter's dog. He's the brown one. If you've seen the brown one that I had, he was usually with me before I got the puppy, but I have to keep them separated, not because they're aggressive. They freaking love each other, but that's the problem. They play nonstop and they will not stop until we separate them. And then we separate them, they both collapse because they're so tired. But I cannot get them to stop playing. So I can't get anything done because they're over there playing and knocking things over. And yeah. Gene, I love people claim to be experts because they are so dangerous. Yes, I hate when people say that. I
Yeah.
hate it. I was like, because you had a dog that you trained does not make you a dog trainer. Molly says, "Go Kelly." Yeah, it was bad, Molly. It was bad. It's not the side of me I'm proud of, which is why I usually keep it hidden. It's like I tell people, if anyone had seen me on that moment, I almost wish it was recorded. This is why, because I tell people, I don't think you understand. I am a raving bitch inside. Raving bitch, but I keep it all down. I don't put my anger on other people. I don't do any of that stuff because it's not the society I want to live in.
Right.
So that's I always laugh when people are like, be your authentic self. I'm like, you do not want me to be my authentic self. You do not. You do not.
Listen, I'm a Gemini, so it's the sign of the twins. You either get one side or you get the other. So which one are you going to have today? Because it all depends on what you say and do. Because you could be a pure bitch, you're gonna get the mean one. Or I will have no filter. Or you could be nice and have the nice one.
Yeah. No, I just
So
swallow it all
don't
down. It's
provoke.
probably why I eat too much, right? I eat my anger instead of putting on other people. But I don't want to I want to make the world better. I don't want to make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Exactly.
I guarantee you I ruined that lady's day, and I don't like doing that, but she started it. And quite frankly, with today's politics, I'm just angry even more than I normally am, so it's much harder to keep it in. Let's see. And Jean's like, "Way to go, Kelly." And Molly says, "Believe Benny is daughter's dog." Yep. Jean says, "Yeah, I think so too." Yeah. And Lindsay says, "We have private dog parks you can hire for sole use. It's good to train, recall, or for dogs that are aggressive and can't be off their leash normally." Oh, that's cool. I like that. I would 100% lease a dog park because we have a tiny backyard, but basically it's just good for them to run circles and to do their business, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the park out front, like our green space in our neighborhood. We can go for the walk, but that's leash walk, right? So the dog park is where we go, but we can't lease them. That would be really cool. If I could just lease it for an hour and go take both dogs to run around, that would be freaking
Awesome.
You know what, Lindsay? Except for the weather, you're convincing me to move to Scotland. I just want you to know that. Like everything Lindsay says, I'm like, oh, I want that.
Why don't we have that?
I know that. And then she's like, it's 0 degrees Celsius. I'm like, never mind.
If you just had the perfect weather, we'd be sold. I'd be like, honey, we're moving. We'll keep this property, but we're moving to Scotland.
He'd be okay with Scotland too. That would work. All right. So sorry. Obviously today is I can't concentrate day.
Tangent Thursday.
It's Tangent Thursday. That's right. I think it's funny. It's always a different day every week. It's never the same day.
No.
All right, here we go. Second sprint, believe it or not. And there is our second sprint. Benny came in for about 5 seconds. I tried to get him on camera. I don't know if it worked or not. Let's see. Lindsay says, I mean, you would need to put up with gray skies and cold temperatures, but everyone is very friendly. See, that's it, man. I don't know. Vanessa says, hello, hello. Good morning, Vanessa. Alicia says hello to Vanessa. Hey, Alicia. Vanessa. Also, I have the giantest cup of coffee this morning. It's almost as big as my head. That's the proper size for coffee. Yep. Approved. Let's see. And Alicia agrees, laughs at the large coffee. Don't know if agrees, you at least laugh at it. My problem is it's so cold in the house right now that my coffee and tea do not stay warm very long. Molly says, yay for head coffee. I don't know if that's something to yay about. Alicia's like, put it in a thermos. It'll stay warm then.
Yep, that's what I do.
I hate cleaning thermoses though, man. I'd rather drink cold coffee. I just can't do it anymore.
I can't do cold.
Vanessa says, good coffee morning to you, Molly. And Molly says, I am currently watching Donna's announcements for her winter reading retreat that starts tomorrow. I am recommending everyone check it out. You don't have to change your weekend plans or weekend reading plans. I mean, I can look at it, but I'll tell you, I'll be planning, which is part of the reason why I'm having trouble concentrating, because everything I've got to do for Superstars. We just saw, because it's at a resort. Every time I've been, it was at the Antlers Hotel, and then just walking distance, like a block and a half, which even in the cold Colorado, it's Colorado Springs is where it is. It's so dry. It's not that cold. It's easy to walk back and forth. So we would go walk to a restaurant, go eat at the restaurant, and go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we could keep food costs down. Well, the resort only has like 3 food options, and it's like $24 a person per meal. And they gave us a discount for breakfast. It's only $22. I'm like, I do not eat. I know it's hard to tell with as big as I am, but I do not eat enough to make that worth it. And then yet a tip? Screw that. There's no
Right.
It's hotel food. I can't do it, man. I can't. It's too much. So I don't know what we're gonna do, because you can't just walk anywhere. I did not want to do that this year. I did not want to go. But Sarah got a scholarship, my acquisitions editor, so I couldn't not go if she was going. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
And now it's just,
do you
so
know
much
if
money I'd
they'll
rather
have
not spend. I'm sorry?
will they have the ability where, like, if you take stuff or buy stuff before you get to the resort, will they have, like, you can cook it or
No.
microwave it?
Nope.
Ew.
They have a mini fridge, but no microwave, no ability to cook anything.
So you would have to find restaurants nearby.
Yeah, but then what? Uber there? Now I might as well just spend the $24 for the buffet.
Oh, you guys aren't doing like a rental car?
No, then that's even more expensive. So.
Oh. Goodness.
I'm just tired.
I feel that.
And Vanessa says, thanks, Molly. I just subbed to her channel. Molly, awesome. Thank you. Donna's awesome, low-key and funny, and she reads smut, so she's the total package. Swank, thanks for the sprints. I have a photography workshop at 10 a.m. Have a good one. Oh, that sounds awesome, Swank. Good luck. Take some pretty pictures of the snow while it's still there. Charles says, yay for coffee. Also, yay for Donna. And hello, all of my amazing friends. Yay for Charles. Woohoo. Good morning.
Hello.
Whoops, sorry. Good morning. Good to see you. Vanessa's on the phone. And Molly says, hi, Charles. Have fun, Swank. Ren says, I have 10 minutes left in my audiobook. Oh my gosh, you're so close. That's wonderful. I love that feeling. I'm enjoying, because I'm doing Theft of Swords on audiobook, and I'm enjoying it so much. Yesterday I had a break, because once I finish an edit, then I take a day off from editing. And so I was sewing instead. So every time it was like edit on my schedule, I sewed instead. And usually I'll like watch a video or something while I'm sewing. And I didn't want to. I just wanted to listen to my audiobooks. It's so good. So I listened to that while I was sewing.
You're like, we're just gonna do this.
It's really good. Donna's awesome. Love her. And the reading retreat sounds perfect. I updated the February readathon playlist. Fabulous. Fabulous. Molly says, go Ren. And agreed, Annette. Annette, cold coffee is disgusting.
I agree.
I never order cold coffee, but if it's just sitting on my desk, I will freaking drink it. I never order iced coffee and I never make iced coffee. I always like it hot first, but it is what it is.
And when I started doing it where we've made enough coffee that I usually have a coffee cup and I will reheat that. And then when it's time to take the kids to school, I grab the mug. And then once that starts to go lukewarm, then I just go, okay, it's time to switch.
Kyler mostly was on work calls that sprint, sadly, but back on my book now. You can do it. You can do it.
Yay.
Darn day job. Brent
know.
says, by 10 minutes, I meant 1 minute. The rest was closing credits. Oh, wow. Well, you finished it. Yay. Good job. 5 stars, too. That's fabulous. Nicely done. Molly Kelly, there are activity prompts, too. It might seem dumb to do something for a readathon that you were going to do anyway, but Donna calms me and makes me feel comfy. That's awesome. If there are activity prompts, too, I'm definitely not doing it. There's no way. I have my own activities planned. I'll watch the video, though. And I do adore Donna.
Aren't they usually, correct me if I'm wrong, Molly, but aren't they usually like self-care prompts? Because it's like little things. Buy yourself a coffee or take a bath or that kind of thing.
You can tell the mood I'm in. By both things you just said, I had reasons why I can't do either of them. You said, go buy a coffee. I'm like, I ain't leaving the house. And then it was, then you said, take a bath. I'm like, my bathtub's broken.
Oh my gosh. So see, bad examples, but
I'm usually a problem solver, not a problem causer. And now I'm yelling at people in parks and I'm not, this is not good.
Okay, so I used 2 bad examples, but there are other prompts like that where you can just self-care, relax.
Molly's like, take lots of granola bars. I might at least take some like instant oatmeal for breakfast because I have Kevin bought me for Multiverse a portable kettle. Like it collapses and it's made of plastic.
Oh.
So I might at least be able to do that. Then I just have to plug it in, right? I don't need a microwave.
Right.
So I might bring that. If they have a coffee maker in the room, you can use that hot water too, right? But just in case they don't, because they all don't, which is so frustrating. It's so frustrating that you never know what you're going to get when you go to a hotel anymore. They used to have standard things. You knew they would always have them, right? And then now you just never know.
They need to make it a standard. If you go to any hotel or resort in this vicinity, they will have X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Jean, I think I've asked this before, but have either of you read Kelly Armstrong? I don't know. I mean, if I have, the name is not.
Possibly. I know she's YA.
No, I have not read any Kelly Armstrong.
I think I may have read 1 or 2.
I don't even have any on want to read on my list. But if she's YA, that's probably why. Ren says, also, The King Must Die is definitely a Kelly book, so apparently I need to read The King Must Die. What do we have?
The King Must Die?
Theseus, Mary Renault. 1958. I don't know, man.
That's when it was published?
That's what this says. There might be another The King Must Die.
Who is it by?
Tell us who it is, Ren. Yeah, it's a story about Theseus. Huh. All right, let's see. Molly says, right, Alicia. And Jean says, Kelly lives on ramen. Do you mean me, Kelly, or Kelly Armstrong? Because I could just bring ramen too. That's actually not a bad idea. Because I could pack oatmeal and ramen in my suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be just fine to have some quick meals to go. Let's see. Molly says she'll be doing quarterly retreats, so next time with more lead time, maybe you'll join us, Kelly. That would be fun. I don't think I'm traveling anywhere like big until April, and that I'm trying to get out of. So we'll see. Annette, I'm working Saturday, but it's a long weekend here as Monday is a public holiday. Ooh, so it feels like I'm getting a weekend. There you go. There you go. Molly says, ooh, that's good, Annette. Ren, also listening to Champagne Taste on a Boy Budget by Zuri Day. It's an arc that has already released, but still reading and reviewing it. Excellent. Jean, Alicia, she isn't only YA. Oh, okay, she isn't only YA.
Then she has branched out since I last read her, because she, I think, was only YA when I read her one book.
Gotcha. Jean, I read a lot of Kelly Armstrong, but not for a while. I met her at a convention in Toronto once. She was lovely. That's amazing.
Ooh.
I find most authors I meet are lovely. It's the vast majority. Ren, it's also a standalone, so it's one and done. Oh, then it can't be this one, because this one is there's a part 2. So it must not be the Mary Renault one. Did I miss the author for The King Must Die?
I don't think she said it yet.
Jean says Kelly Armstrong is big at Dragon Con. Really? Then I have no idea how I haven't met her. She has several different series, including a TV series inspired by her books called Bitten. I have no. If she is big at Dragon Con, I have no idea why I don't know her. It means Vanessa should know her though. And you met me, Kelly Jean. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I can throw some ramen and some instant oatmeal in there. Ren says, and there aren't that many epic sci-fi fantasy books that are good and standalones. I agree. It is really hard to find the good in standalones. I loved her book Bitten and her Otherworld series. Huh. I'll have to look them up, Jean. And Jean, I love the Women of the Otherworld. There you go. And Ned knows. Looks up the Women of the Otherworld. Ren does.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. All right. Cool. I'll have to look. I don't know why. If she's big at Dragon Con, like I am all about. Oh, there's a 2025 release of The King Must Die. That's got to be the one that Ren is talking about. Oh, yeah. This one looks more up my alley. The King Must Die. This is the single standalone. Yeah, this is the one. All right, cool. It's by Kemi Ashingiwa. Let's see. The genre says science fiction, fantasy, fiction, queer, adult, LGBT. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. You're right. This is up my alley. Let's see.
I don't think I read that one.
If you mean The King Must Die, it's not Kelly Armstrong. It's the different.
No. Was it Bitten? Is that the title?
Yes, Bitten. Yeah.
No, I haven't read that one. It was The Summoning. That's the one I read by Kelly Armstrong. But it was so long ago I couldn't tell you anything about it.
All right, I put The King Must Die on my list. And let's see, what was the other one? Kelly Armstrong. So what should I start with Kelly Armstrong? Should it be Bitten?
I don't know.
I don't either. It looks like Bitten is the earliest one, 2001. All right, I'll put that on. I do like urban fantasy, which is what this looks like.
I know she
urban
also
fantasy,
had,
first thing that comes up.
I know she also had one. I think it was co-authored. It was like Loki's Wolves or something. That was Kelly Armstrong and one other. I think that might have been the other one I read.
Y'all stop it, please. Yeah, I'm just surprised I don't know her. She's big at Dragon Con. Molly, are you spelling her name right? It's Kelly. Yeah. No, that wasn't the part I had a problem with. It was the other one, the one Ren was talking about. The
The king
Death
must
the
die.
King Must Die. So the King Must Die, there was more than one title under the King Must Die. So I'm assuming that Ren was talking about the Kemi Ashingiwa one, the brand new one that just came out in November.
Perhaps.
It only has 142 ratings. We need more people to read it. All right. Doo-doo-doo. And Gene says Benton came out in 2001. Yep, that's what I saw. So that's one I put on my list. I don't know if it went through the last time. I added
Annette
Bitten
says
to the
start with
TBR, Ren says. And
Bitten.
Annette, start with Bitten. Okay, perfect. I put it on my TBR. It's
There you
urban
go.
fantasy set in Toronto. Oh, that's nice. Like she's the only female werewolf. That's fun. Shapeshifter wolves. Yep, yep. So I like urban fantasy. I
Ooh.
must say, it's fun. All right. Last sprint. Here we go. Okay, something very unexpected just happened in my book. As you can see, I gave up on writing for the day and just decided I need to do something productive. So I'm trying to finish this book. I'm at 84%. So, yeah. Yeah, that was very unexpected.
What book is this?
It is the No Good Dragon Goes Unpunished. And there's a lot of punishing in this book, let me tell you. I love this. It's funny they're talking about Rachel Aaron because that's what I'm reading right now. It's my first series I've read by her, and it's like her first series. So I've also watched her learn how to write, and my gosh, did she nail it in this book. Nailed it. So good. And Jean says, any urban fantasy recommendations, Kelly or Alicia? I do. Vanessa says, I recommend Shauna McGuire for urban fantasy. Okay, off the phone, but need to find food. And it says, Vanessa, I'll recommend Shannon for anything. Jean, yes, I read and enjoyed it. Kylar, I'll give you my recommendations in a minute because I know people talk about it later, so I'm going to add on to it. Kyler says, some of my fave urban paranormal romance fantasy is Sherilyn Kenyon, Gail Carriger, and Laurel K. Hamilton. No, all of these. Sherilyn Kenyon, I have not started reading her list yet, so that is on my list. I adore her as a human being, though. She's amazing. Gail Carriger, I've also met, and I have her first book, Soulless, but I have not read that yet either. But I have heard amazing things about it, and it is historical urban fantasy. Laurel K. Hamilton, her first few books were good, but the rest of them were just, it was mostly smut and less story, which this is not judgment. That's just not my thing.
Right.
So that one, Laurel K. Hamilton doesn't work as well. My favorite urban fantasy is The Hollows by Kim Harrison. It starts with Dead Witch Walking.
I have that series, yeah.
It,
I haven't read it yet.
oh my gosh, it is so, so good. I would not mind to reread. I will tell you that right now. I'm all caught up, waiting for the next book. Like there's like 20 in the series or something, and that is how good it is. It's amazing. It's my favorite urban fantasy I've ever read. But highly recommend. And then of course Jim Butcher. I mean, Dresden Files is incredible. Starts rough, but it's and ends rough emotionally. I mean, it's not over yet, but 12 Months just came out, and Kevin's reading it right now, and I'll read it next. Probably not till March, actually, based on my reading schedule, but I will read that one. And I'm caught up on that series too. Just have to read the new one. And right now, Rachel Aaron, which someone else said Rachel Aaron. I am adoring Rachel Aaron. This is the Nice Dragons Finish Last. It's a Heart Strikers. That's the name of the Dragon Clan.
Mm-hmm.
And each book title is is putting like, good dragons or nice dragons in for another saying, right? So that's why the first one is nice dragons finish last, right? Instead of nice guys. And it's a 5-book series, and I am loving it. And the first book is short. It's like 200 pages or something, but after that they're over 500. The second book was that's pretty typical for urban fantasy. The second book was fine. This book though is I mean, like, it was good. There were some cool moments, some cool stuff happened, and the ending like fight scene was incredible. She did such a good job. Both, like I said, I've said this before, that for fight scenes, they can't just be, oh, that was cool at that swinging that sword. The emotions have to be in it, right? Fight scenes are like sex scenes. You have to put the emotion in, otherwise they are not effective. And she just rocked it. And then this third book has been gold from beginning to end. It is so good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Rachel Aaron and this Heart Strikers. Now, I've not finished the series, so we'll see if she sticks the landing. I'm halfway. This is book 3, and I'm almost done. I'm at 84%. But it's amazing. But Kim Harrison, man, I highly recommend Kim Harrison. Courtney says, I'm tired of cleaning. Anyone want to help? Luckily, I have an audiobook. No, I never, ever want to help cleaning. Sorry, never, ever. I'll help cook. I don't know. I'm out. Garden? Sure. Cleaning? No.
Now, if we're talking cleaning as in like decluttering and organizing, sure. Just cleaning? No. I don't think anybody likes to clean. I do it because I
Well,
have to. I don't want
it
to clean.
it depends, right? Like, because my daughter likes cleaning when she's stressed out. That's her stress relief. So I know a lot of people with high anxiety that do like to clean, but I don't mean like for fun. They
No.
like it because it calms their anxiety. It's one of the treatments, and it's actually pretty common for people with anxiety.
Yeah.
That's why usually when you see like a spotless house and it's spotless no matter what, usually whoever owns that house is high anxiety. That's what, and then they
Yep.
get anxious when it isn't spotless too, right? So it's like, I think this is backfiring. You've gone too far. Let's see. Jean says adding Hell for Hire to my wish list. It is on KU. Woohoo! Thank you for the recommendations. And yeah, that so is this one. The other Rachel R one I'm reading right now. My gosh, it's so good. Also on KU is what I'm trying to say. Ren made it to 10%. Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Yes, very. What's the new book you started? I missed what the new book was. Molly says shorter chapters, Kelly. Shorter chapters for what? Vanessa says, love the Hollows. I haven't read in ages. Yeah, I love the Hollows. Yeah, I would not mind a reread on that one. Annette, you're welcome, Jean. Hope you enjoy. Jean says, Shadow McGuire is not on KU. Yeah. Vanessa, if you like historical Yuffie, urban fantasy, I recommend the Thief Taker series by D.B. Jackson. Ooh, I have that one on my my TBR, but I have not read it yet. And I made it to 58% of the Astral Library. Still enjoying it, but there's definitely a middle dip. Yes, for sure. Yep, there definitely is in that book. Annette, this chat is bad for my TBR. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry.
I didn't do it.
Sorry. Jean says, turns out I have read Kim Harrison back when it came out. I still have Dead Witch Walking on my shelf, and I read it on paperback. I rarely read paper anymore due to my arthritis. Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that. Vanessa, Annette, same. These always are, right? But you know what? I mean, I put it on TBR and Goodreads. It costs me nothing. And then when I'm looking for something to read, it's in there. Vanessa, oh, Ren started the Champagne Taste arc. Nice. That's right. So you did talk about that when that was the arc you started. I gotcha. I just didn't remember. Molly, shorter chapters in No Dragon Goes Unpunished. I read first book and it was too slow of a read for me. Yeah, the No Dragon Goes Unpunished, the chapters are actually extremely long. I wish they were shorter. That's the one thing that she definitely needs shorter chapters. Same thing with Theft of Swords, by the way. Those chapters are way too long. But that one isn't affecting me as much, the long chapters, because I'm listening to it on audio. But if I was reading it, that would slow down the plot a lot, the pace a lot. Jean says, still reading with my eyeballs with ebooks. There you go. Yeah, that I understand. Same. And Vanessa says the Thief Taker series is one of my absolute favorites. Fabulous. Molly, Alicia, I didn't do it me this time.
I would never.
Jean says, it is all my fault. Sorry, guys. No, don't apologize. I like recommendations, please. Vanessa says, I don't mind long chapters so long as there are scene breaks. The scene breaks don't work for pacing, though. You've got to chop the chapters down. Unless you're slowing the pacing down on purpose, right? If you're slowing it down on purpose, then longer chapters. Yeah, and that's like, I don't think anyone minds, Jean, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. We don't mind. Nope. Jean, finished one review and halfway two. It is a 2-for-1. Get both ebook and audio. Oh, nice. I like that. Vanessa, okay, I need to go. My stream starts in about 10 minutes. It goes live at the top of the hour. Excellent. Yeah, well, I will see you over there, Vanessa. Obviously, I'm not having success writing today, but I do have a lot of other things to do. First up, finishing this book. So I'll see you over there. You have any last minute or last words, Alicia?
It's nap time. No, I don't. I'm going to try to edit and upload a video today, and then sprints, of course, are on Sunday. And then I got to plan February. So be on the lookout for all of the things.
Sounds great. We'll be there. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow, where I'm going to bed on time tonight. and so that I will be able to write. So
Me
I'll see y'all
too.
then. That's right. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right. We'll see.